Hey, how you doing? This is Mike Lloyd with 41 Digital, and I just wanted to make a quick little video to hopefully help some people out there that might be getting frustrated with trying to film themselves. I know your typical shot is throw a camera on a tripod, set it up, film you do whatever, move the tripod, film you do something at a different angle or whatever. So I started doing that and I was getting super frustrated because I like a lot of motion in my shots. I don't like to just sit the camera there and walk in front of it or just have it film me. I like to actually have some motion and some movement in there. So I thought I would try to maybe help you guys out and give you a little tip that I've been using to try to get some more motion. And that is using this guy. It's a gimbal, DJI Ronin S gimbal. And this thing has been amazing. So all those shots that you saw there, I was filming myself. There was no one in here with me. It was just me. And after I bought this, I used it primarily for what normal people use a gimbal for, the nice, real steady shots, nice and smooth shots. Well, I started looking at the app on it, and the app had a lot of features that I really wasn't aware of, and I really never dove into them. One feature on there is actually tracking, where you can put a cold shoe on top of your camera, connect your cell phone to it, and then you can actually track a person or an object or something, and the gimbal actually will move the camera and track the subject wherever it's going. Another thing they have too is you can get in there and actually program where you want your camera to be. And so you set these parameters where you can have it down or up or whatever, and it's all set by time. So all you do is you get into your DJI Ronin app on your phone once you download the app after you get your gimbal, and you just go to that app and you hit create once everything's connected, and it's the tracking icon. So you hit tracking, and right now I have 4 waypoints, but I'm going to delete these, and if you see, the camera is actually moving. So what you do on here is there's a little joystick in the bottom corner, and you can move the camera. Move the camera to where you want it to be positioned for the first shot. Then you'll hit the plus, and that sets a waypoint. So then say you want a shot of you sitting at a desk. This is where you would set it, and then the next shot you want it up and say to the right. You want a shot up there. So then you hit the plus again, brings up your other waypoint. So then let's say the next shot, you want it down, and we'll go all the way over here. Boom. Then you hit the plus sign again, and it gives you your third waypoint. So then you click the joystick. You can also hit this push pan enable, and you can move it with your hand. It'll have a little bit of tension, but you actually won't be fighting the motors in the gimbal. It will kind of disengage them, so you can actually just move it by hand, but you can also use this joystick. But once your parameters or your waypoints are in here, if you can see down here, if you click on one, it'll go to the first spot, and then there is stay time. So that stay time means that it's going to stay in that location for 2 seconds. But you can click on that and you can change that. We'll do just 3 seconds. So then it'll stay at this position for 3 seconds until it moves to waypoint number 2. Once it's at waypoint number 2, you also have this movement duration. So what that means is it's the duration, the amount of time it takes to go from waypoint 1 to waypoint 2. And so you can have it fast or you can have it slow. If you want to have it fast and set it for like 1 second, you're going to have to go into your parameters for your gimbal and stiffen up the motors. Because if you're going too fast, once it hits that spot, it kind of shakes because there's still a little bit of play in here. And so once it hits that, if it goes for 1 second, that's a lot of weight that has to try to stop, and so it kind of shakes a little bit. So just keep in mind about that. So I've got 5 seconds, and then stay time, you can adjust that. We'll go bump that to 3. So then we'll go to our third position, and that's 3. The third waypoint. So, and it's the same thing. We'll go movement duration, we'll go 4 seconds, stay time, we'll just go leave it at 2. And so that's where these are set. And I believe you can have up to 10 different waypoints on here. The thing to keep in mind is everything is timed. And so if you are going to film yourself doing something, keep that in mind because it's timed. So you can start, once you hit the red button, it's gonna start. So then it'll stay there for whatever, 2 seconds, 2-3 seconds, but just you have to remember the time. So kind of keep that in your head so you can move your time the same time as the camera. So we're gonna go back to 1. So when you're ready, all you do is you hit the red button at the bottom. Stay in there for 3 seconds. It's going to move to waypoint number 2. And then it's going to go to waypoint number 3. And so that kind of makes it pretty easy somewhat, to film yourself. It's going to take a little longer simply because you have to then go look at the back of the camera, see if that's how you wanted it. Maybe the angle isn't quite right, so you might have to adjust one of these waypoints. But it is a nice way to film yourself when you're alone. You can get that movement. It looks like someone's there filming you, but you really have to work with it. You have to, like I said, you have to know the seconds. Keep that in mind. You have to know your angles. Keep looking at the back of your screen or your monitor. You can set up an external monitor on it, on the camera itself, and that would help a little bit. But just keep that in mind. But I just hope that this quick little video might help you guys out, simply because I know it frustrates me, and I've had some ideas of doing some stuff, and it's like, gosh, I wish I could call someone to come over and give me a hand, but they're busy, or just things happen. And so it is nice to be able to have this work with me instead of just me using it, filming someone. This will actually work for me to help me film myself. And yeah, hopefully that helps you. If it did, if it didn't, leave a comment below. If there was something I missed that you guys know about, leave a comment below. Appreciate if you could subscribe to this channel, give it a like, and so I can keep pumping out some more content for you. And like I said, hopefully this helps you out, and have a good one.